People ought not be so frightened of ghosts. They are merely talking shadows, chattering.
Defensive mode. Absorption test.
Observe. To dust. Be silent.
Insulation chamber. Stand clear.
Observe. To dust. Close your eyes.
Defensive mode.
Observe. Do you fear the dark?
Go claw! Look, the rainbow! Cleanup sequence. Absorption test.
Be silent. Observe.
Lash attack! Insulation chamber. Stand clear.
Close your eyes. Be silent. Beware the creatures of the night. Close your eyes. Achha!
So this is the other Durin, huh? If this had been the dragon that ended up being revived in Mondstadt, there's no telling what kind of calamity that people would have had to endure. So, if you think about it like that, Durin's actually a hero. No, I'm just a little envious, that's all. Not everyone gets a chance to be a hero.
Actually, most of the credit belongs to Albedo.
Then again, barely anyone even remembers you at this point. So I guess there's not much left to envy.
You... Oh!
Ah, so you three still remember Durin. Looks like the memory loss hasn't spread to close friends. Yet. I guess that means my memory of you must still be complete as well.
Albedo.
You're finally here! Oh, boy, do we have a whole pile of questions for you!
Oh, you're here too?
I think I've pieced together some of what happened to him. But what's your take on things?
Master Jean filled me in on what happened, and I've got a few theories. But let's get on the same page first. Well, physically, he's doing fine. His body is holding the abyssal power at bay. And there's nothing whatsoever to indicate any risk of collapse.
So, from an alchemy point of view, there's nothing wrong with him?
The issue isn't so much that the abyssal power within him has gotten out of control. It's that the connection between his will and body is fading. If he ends up losing his conscious will, his body will fall back on its biological instincts. And that's when the abyssal power within it will take over. This book mentioned a witches' gathering. It seems like quite a few of these witches got themselves involved in Durin's case. Which brings me to my theory. Bringing Fairy Tale Durin into this world to replace the Durin on Dragonspine means using one Durin's fate to overwrite the others. But the power of alchemy alone would not be enough to pull off such a feat. It would have required the combined use of Miss Barbeloff's astrology, my teacher's alchemy, and Aunt Alice's magic. After learning of Miss Barbeloff's prophecy, Durin and I finally came up with a way to settle the Dragonspine Durin problem for good. And I took care of the alchemy side of things, which, looking back on it, seems to have been a part of their plan all along. So now, there's only one thing missing. As for the fate theory our friend in the hat just mentioned, I still can't figure out how any kind of magic could possibly influence the fate of Teyvat. But I'm certain that the answer lies within this book.
So, the reason Alice had us complete this book was to make that magic possible?
A form of magic powerful enough to rewrite fate itself.
Well, we've no time to lose. I just need to take a look at the book. The next part of the story most likely relates to me. So the memory that unlocks it must be connected to me too.
Huh?
The giant tree was home to a broken branch, the shape of its splintered arm aligning perfectly with the branch that had burst forth from the castle walls. Join yourself to that broken bough, for there you may take root at last, and henceforth bask in the sun and rain of the world beyond the castle. But first, fetch the stickiest clay and let it bind the scar of the break.
I see.
Guided by the breeze, the little dragon arrived at an alchemist's workshop. There he was greeted by a clay figure, a child molded by the Sage Witch's hands. Though gentle in appearance, he had inherited his mother's cold, sharp wisdom. And he was determined to avert the calamity the evil dragon would bring. And so was his helper, none other than the little dragon himself.
What is this place?
It looks like it's modeled after an alchemist's workshop. Or rather, a cliched stereotype of one.
Albedo?
Hold on. Why do I look like this?
Oh, yeah! We forgot to tell you. Basically, the characters in the story are reflections of how Durin sees them.
At least you're still human-shaped?
Well, since Cat Guy has taken on a different appearance too, that must mean the two of us are both characters in the story. But you, Paimon, and Durin haven't changed at all. You must be special figures in some way.
I'd like to know more about that too. But seeing as none of them can explain it, let's just concentrate on moving the plot forward.
And just like that, the group stumbled upon a hidden passageway, intricately to lead them towards another exciting chapter of the tale.
Come on! What are we waiting for? Next chapter, here we come! Ouch!
But this was a chapter that had not yet been written. Ahead of them was a storyless void, and they could go no further.
What? Then what's the point of having a path here? Sounds like a pretty bad habit for a writer.
Over here. I found something.
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself. Though the creature had perished long ago, its heart was still there, pulsing away and growing warmer with every beat. And the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day, just as the prophecy had foretold. Yet, guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate. If only the alchemist could bestow this heart upon the little dragon, he might be reborn in the evil dragon's stead. Only then would the evil dragon's heart grow still, and the little one inherit its tale.
Sounds like this chapter's about Albedo bringing me to life?
If that really was the solution, though, this would have been over the minute I finished the transmutation. So why is Durin still being forgotten?
There has to be some other reason.
Yeah, I'd like to explore the area a bit more.
Unless the little dragon kept moving, eventually he would be forgotten.
Do you think we could just destroy it? Be it the calamity headed for Mondstadt or my inability to leave behind a story of my own, doesn't it all come down to the fact that this heart never truly died? What if, here in this story, we could finally destroy it?
Could Aunt Alice's magic really allow us to do what's theoretically meant to be impossible?
Either way, it's an intriguing idea. I'm not opposed to giving it a shot.
Durin!
It's just... I'm still afraid someday, even you guys will end up forgetting me. If there's even the slightest chance it'll prevent that, I'm willing to try anything. But I'm not sure if I can destroy it on my own. Chances are, I'm gonna need your help again. So please, everyone, help me destroy this heart, once and for all!
The evil dragon's heart continued to beat, as if waiting for the little dragon to accept it as his own.
Looks like we have no choice but to get this done. Whatever happens next, Durin is going to need all of our help. Is everyone ready?
Returning to the castle. I just never thought crossing over into a new world would create so much trouble. All I wanted was to make some friends. I'm starting to think I kinda miss being in Simulanka.
You might look back on it with fondness, but if I were you, I wouldn't miss it.
Why?
Sometimes, moving on with your life comes at a cost. But that's better than going nowhere at all.
You don't have to worry, Durin. No matter what problem you face, there will always be a solution.
Okay. Sometimes I wish I could just go back and see it again.
As the little dragon slipped back inside the castle's walls, the clamor of the outside world fell away. There was no danger here, no problems for the little dragon to resolve. As soon as his mother finished her story, it was time for the child to drift off into the world of dreams. And so the story ended, with the little dragon fast asleep in his castle, just like he had never even hatched.
What's going on? I feel so weak.
Hey, what's happening? Durin, wake up! But this can't be how it ends. Durin promised to bring back everyone's memories. There's no way he'd accept an ending like this.
Hello, children. If you're hearing this recording, it's because you've reached a certain ending. You may have noticed that Little Durin's experiences have been written into the pages of this book. Well, you should know that in the same way, its ending will also be written onto him. So be careful, because triggering a bad ending could be somewhat problematic. Let me guess, you're upset that I didn't warn you earlier? Don't worry, though. I've thought it all through. I built a very special feature into this book, just for you, the witnesses of this tale. So, go ahead. See if you can turn back the pages. If you're not happy with the ending you've reached, just flip back a few pages and let the tale unfold once more. Pretty incredible, huh? That's the power of magic.
Unless the little dragon kept moving, eventually he would be forgotten.
Whatever happens next, Durin is going to need all of our help. Is everyone ready?
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself. Though the creature had perished long ago, its heart was still there, pulsing away and growing warmer with every beat. And the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day, just as the prophecy had foretold. Yet, guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate. If only the alchemist could bestow this heart upon the little dragon, he might be reborn in the evil dragon's stead. Only then would the evil dragon's heart grow still, and the little one inherit its tale. At last, the little dragon accepted the evil dragon's heart, and a new life came into being. The evil dragon's heart beat in his chest, and the little dragon's soul guided him forward. Thus did the prophecy hold true. Been rewritten, and so was the little dragon born anew.
Finally! A happy ending! That must be the last step, right? Woohoo! We completed the story!
Born anew, the little dragon set off once more, his story far from over.
Huh? So, that wasn't the end?
What comes next might be the most crucial part of all. The real last step.
If fate really is as devious as they say, then I say, show us what you've got.
Wow! You're all so serious all of a sudden. Durin, are you alright?
The evil dragon's heart was now one with the little dragon, yet the dark power within it still lingered. Would the little dragon dare to hold this power back, or would he simply give in?
Hey! What kind of question is that? Of course he's gonna control it! What choice does he have?
Time is running out. So, Would the little dragon dare to hold this power back, or would he simply give in?
What's up with the narrator?
Would he dare to hold this power back, or would he simply give in?
The little dragon and his companions. Blank. Blank again.
Huh? What's going on? Are we running out of ink?
Once the ink runs out, is that the end of the story?
I had a feeling this would happen.
What's happening to the others?
Now that the story's ink was spent, all that lay ahead were blank pages.
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
Would he dare to hold this power back, or would he simply give?
Not enough ink? Seriously?
Would he dare to hold this power back?
Ahead of them was a storyless void, and they could go no further.
Would he dare to hold this power back, or would he simply give in?
The little dragon was at an impasse, and the dark power within him surged like a tide. Unchecked, the darkness engulfed everything around it, including the little dragon's soul. The little dragon's story faded into nothingness, and in the world beyond the castle, only the evil dragon's tale endured.
Is this me?
And so the story ended, with the little dragon fading from sight, leaving nothing but the evil dragon's shadow in his place.
Oh no! That means Durin... What do we do now?
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
What's going on here? Why isn't the story letting Durin just suppress the abyssal power? It keeps getting stuck.
It seems the act of suppressing the power counts as an event in the story. In other words, we would need ink to write it in.
So, what now? Did we use too much earlier? How are we supposed to write a happy ending with only this much left? But...
Well, this is Durin's story. As long as he's alive and well, why should it end?
If there really is such a direct correlation between the story and his fate, I may have a potential hypothesis. Durin was, and still is in essence, a storybook character, written into being by M. From the moment he was born, he has always dwelt within her story. And I suspect that has remained the case, even after his arrival in Teyvat. Reviving Durin in the evil dragon's place was an act of grafting this Durin story onto the latter's fate. In essence, that is how his fate was rewritten. But there is a fundamental difference between a being's story and its fate. As Miss Barbeloth reminded us, the fate of every living being in Teyvat has been woven into the fabric of time. Its most natural path, therefore, is to proceed along its given track. But Durin's story, on the other hand... As Durin's connection to this world wore thin, not only have people started to forget him, he started to lose control of the abyssal power within. In other words, his story can't continue, because the author's ink is drying up. That's what it seems like to me.
It would seem the little dragon had made a group of fine friends indeed.
Save it. The question is, are you here to help him, or stand in his way?
This is as far as the story can go. What path will you choose?
I suppose the final decision is up to me. It's hard to believe I never actually left my mother's story. If that's true, I'd like to go there and see for myself.
By there, I take it you mean the blank pages of the unwritten chapter ahead?
But we still don't even know how Alice's magic works. If Durin belongs inside the story, then going outside of it to some unwritten part, isn't it too risky?
I'm not afraid.
I second that. It would seem this is one answer you need to go seize for yourself.
So be it. Whatever obstacles stand in your way, we'll tear them down together.
That's invisible. It was as if the little dragon was staring at the uncrossable edge of existence itself. And all of a sudden, it began to fracture, as if struck by some transcendent will. All of a sudden, it began to fracture.
Gotta... going.
Ahead lies only a stormless void.
My consciousness is slipping away.
Keep going, Durin. A pure soul is your essence, not an empty void.
I feel so weak.
Stand tall, Durin. You are not some amorphous idea. The body I made for you is flesh and bone.
Am I truly alive?
Yes, Durin, but you must keep going. You're as alive and real as I am.
I can't feel a connection.
You're not alone in this world, Durin. At the very least, you have me.
I can't remember anything. Who am I?
Your name is Durin, and there are many who still remember it.
My name is Durin.
You're taking too long. Come on, Durin, run! In this world, fate waits for no one.
Wait! Where am I meant to go? What am I supposed to do?
Go make your wish come true, Durin.
My wish?
Your story's not over yet.
Silence, huh? Have you nothing to say about my proposal?
Let me get this straight. You want to graft your story onto this unfinished thread of fate, and in doing so, not only rewrite that fate, but allow the story to live on.
Quite the brilliant idea. Still, the story's survival depends entirely on whether the author keeps writing.
Exactly. And the moment foretold by the prophecy is still centuries away.
I see. I thought my own ignorance might be the problem. That I'd asked more of the noble science of alchemy than it could ever deliver. Or that I had failed to discern the heavenly signs and grasp the secret truth underlying the prophecy. Little did I imagine that time itself would prove to be the greatest hurdle of all.
Well, my friend, this has been a most intriguing experiment. And from an academic perspective, at least, I don't think it was a bad proposal.
Someday, the prophecy will come to pass. So remember, my friend, much like the stars themselves, there will always be something that transcends the test of time.
Thank you, everyone. You've helped me so much already. But, Alice, I still have one final favor to ask of you. Will you lend me your magic one last time, just enough for me to keep his story alive until the prophecy is fulfilled?
You mean you want me to extend your lifespan?
No, not in that sense. As Rheindotter once told me, the laws governing life and death are among the most unyielding in this world. I'm well aware of that. Whether it lasts a day or an age, the span of one's life is determined by fate alone. If I tried to breach that law by force, I'm afraid I would lose what makes me human. This is not a path I want to go down. If I am to die, then I shall die a human.
So what is it that you want me to do?
I would like you to send this pen of mine into the future.
I see. Then perhaps there really is a way I can help. I could create a kind of story magic to take over the writing once you're gone. Oh, but for it to work, you would need to provide enough of your own words for it to learn from.
How much?
Oh, an immense amount. So much, in fact, that you would have to spend the rest of your life writing. And even then, I'm sorry to say, it would not last forever. No matter how much you write, there is a limit to the number of words you can leave behind. but the world itself will never stop changing. Someday, perhaps, even your entire corpus will not be enough for the magic to continue describing this world. And when that happens, the story will end.
Still, it's worth a try.
Oh, my dear Anya. Even after all this time, you're still... Look at you. You should be enjoying your old age in peace and quiet, especially now that things are finally returning to normal after that terrible calamity.
Once he leaves Simulanka, things will only get more complicated. If his story is to continue, there needs to be more material for the magic to draw upon. I'll just have to skip over some of the less important details.
Anya, why do you insist on sending him out of the storybook world? Why must he face his fate in Teyvat? Why not just let him remain within the story? With my magic, even fate's curse could be undone and he could live happily ever after.
I suppose. In fairy tales, all it takes is a heartfelt wish. And even a wooden puppet can turn himself into a real boy and live happily ever after. That's just how fairy tales end, isn't it? But have you ever wondered what happens to the main character after the ever after? Tell me, Alice, in your eyes, what would be a writer's greatest regret?
To leave a story without an ending.
Not a bad answer. It's true, many writers come to consider that their greatest regret. But I see things differently. My greatest regret is that every story I write has to come to an end in the first place.
Anya.
No matter how brilliantly a character shines, the moment their story ends, their potential is lost forever. For them, the story itself becomes an inescapable fate. But what if, instead, I could place my pen in their hand and let them continue the story themselves?
You mean...
You said it yourself. I can only leave so many words behind. Even with your magic, the idea that I could keep the story going until the prophecy comes to pass is wishful thinking at best. But I've found a way to use your magic to transform some of my finished stories into a special kind of ink. This ink is a magical medium he can use to complete the story the way he wants to. For what is storytelling but another kind of magic? And if he can experience the whole tale himself while leaving behind his own wishes and aspirations, even once he reaches the chapter where I stopped, he'll still be able to carry the story forward on his own. And so, by leaving him this ink, I can entrust him with the responsibility of writing his own story.
A character with the power to write their own story.
That way, he'll finally be free from the cage that is my pen. And like anyone else living in the real world, he can go on to create a life of his own.
And you no longer need to worry about the constraints of my magic. What a brilliant idea, Anya! But there are still risks. First of all, once he arrives in Teyvat, he'll have to rely entirely on the story you left him to maintain his connection to that world. As you gradually hand over creative control, that connection will grow weaker, and at some point, he might lose it altogether.
But at the same time, he'll also have the chance to forge that connection for himself.
The issue is, this method taps into too many of Teyvat's core secrets. Any overt hints you try to leave will be erased in no time. In fact, it'd be hard for you to leave anything at all to guide them.
We still have the story itself, though. I can use that to show them the way.
It's entirely possible he burns through all your ink, never reaches the chapter you had in mind, and gets stuck, roaming the chapters of his past. But despite all that,
I still believe in what this child can become. His hopes and wishes can be his ink, so he won't be trapped by mine running dry.
What the writer you are, Anya. Your imagination never ceases to amaze. And you do know how much I love a happy ending. You shall have my help, my dear.
Thank you, my friend. Well then, my child. Do you understand what you must do?
Yes, I think I do. It's my turn to keep this story alive.
Then what's holding you back?
What will become of you after I take up this pen?
I will fade away. There will no longer be a reason for me to go on existing. My child, or your mother, I should say, passed away long ago. The voice you're hearing is nothing but a magical echo that has now fulfilled its purpose. You needn't feel so reluctant to let me go.
I know my mother died long ago. It's just, when you lose your mom too soon, it's hard to tear yourself away from the stories she used to read. I guess it's a silly way of pretending she's still here, by your side.
Durin.
But after coming to this world and traveling it with my friends, facing all kinds of enemies together, I suddenly realized I couldn't just sit around listening to my mother's stories because I'd found a new purpose in life. Maybe this is just what growing up feels like. With all my new friends waiting, it's time I finally set aside my mother's storybook. I'm ready to grow up now, Mom.
Then take this. A gift I should have given you a long time ago. You've witnessed this story from the very beginning. Made your wishes, offered your blessings, and even wrote your choices into its pages. From here on out, this pen is yours. Now I ask of you, the other pillar of this story, as both its reader and its witness, will you turn the page so the next chapter can begin? Suddenly, and without warning, the powers of darkness struck. The question was, could the little dragon prevail? Alas, it was here that the story witch's tale had to end.
But Durin's tale, on the other hand, had only just begun. Stepping into his mother's memories, he picked up her pen. And so the story that was ending began anew. He had made up his mind to challenge the fate that barred the way ahead.
Looks like this is the final step.
A chance to strike back at fate? Now that's not something that comes knocking every day.
No, that fate no longer defines me. In the end, only my story shall endure. Devouring Claw! Devouring Claw! Element for the end! Leave it to me! A turning point in...
Dodging this one. Here, I'll help lift you up.
What? Only my story shall endure. Stay away from me! Observe!
Looks like there's nowhere to hide. Here, I'll cover for you.
Leave it this time, the light prevails. Thank you, Mom. And so it was that Durin defeated the darkness and rewrote his fate. But his story is far from over. Is everyone okay?
We're fine, thanks. And hey, we all saw how you fought back there. That was awesome!
I have to admit, I do feel like something in me has changed. I owe you all so much. Without your help, I don't know if I could have ever made it this far.
Just a shame I could only help out from the sidelines. Like I said before, It's not every day that you get to put fate in its place.
Well, I'm sure you'll hear it someday.
Hear what?
The chance to strike back at fate knocking at your door.
Yeah, maybe someday.
Allow me to just check one thing. Yes. The abyssal power within you has stabilized again. And those strange symptoms you were experiencing seem to have completely disappeared.
Oh, thank goodness!
I wonder what it means, though. Aside from the principles of alchemy, what other law of this world governs his being?
Look, it all turned out fine, so just leave out of danger. It's time for me to get out of here.
You're leaving so soon? What, don't humans usually throw a party after something like this?
A party? Do I look like that kind of guy? Anyway, come find me again next time you're in trouble. That's what friends are for, right?
In a way, though, he is right. This is Durin's moment to celebrate, not the time for academic discussions.
Hey, I don't blame you for asking. And honestly, I'd be perfectly happy to talk about it. It's just, I wouldn't even know where to start.
It's all right. I'm sure we'll get a chance at some point. After all, your story's only just begun. All right then. Traveler and Paimon, we'll part ways here. Given the extraordinary nature of the things we witnessed today, I need to make sure it's all recorded properly.
Okay, see ya! So, it's party time next! Huh?
Congratulations on completing your mission. Now then, as per our agreement, it's about time you returned that book.
She must have known the moment we finished! Just like she said she would!
I've heard dressing appropriately is a must for socializing.
Oh, my writer and witness. It's been quite the journey, hasn't it?
You had special plans for the Traveler from the start, didn't you?
But of course, that goes without saying. For a story to live on, it needs both a writer and a reader. Only then can my magic take effect. I chose the Traveler as the witness because of the special nature of who she is. It's not easy finding someone with that kind of background, you know. For a moment, I even considered taking the role myself.
At least it made for an interesting story, right?
Huh? What are you doing here, tone-deaf bard?
With the Hexenzirkel carrying out such a risky experiment in Mondstadt, it didn't cross your minds that the Anemo Archon might be slightly curious?
Sorry for the trouble, Lord Barbados.
Think nothing of it. I dare say the Anemo Archon quite enjoyed coming along for the ride. And now then, as agreed, let us see the fruits of your labor.
Here, please take a look.
Well. Somehow, despite all my careful planning, it still turned out to be full of surprises. It never even crossed my mind that Rhindotter's child would be capable of handling that kind of alchemy in her stead. When he asked for help with the materials, oh my, I nearly couldn't believe it. If only the others were here too, we could all celebrate together.
I'm right here, you know. The only one who hasn't responded is the one busy stuffing her face over there.
Is that you, Barbie? A little late to the party, don't you think?
Come here, child. Let me take a closer look at you.
All right, Aunt Seer Witch. Here I am.
Just as I thought. This child's fate does not appear among the stars. Anya has accomplished what almost no one before her could.
What does that mean?
Child, all you need to know is that you're very lucky indeed.
Oh.
Just like how she was in the story, huh?
Tell me, little Durin, what will you do next? I, for one, cannot wait to see how your story unfolds.
Well, there's so much I want to do. I'm not even sure where to begin.
How about settling your most recent regret?
Not so fast, Tone Deaf Bard! What exactly did you just tell Durin to do?
To make the long overdue wish come true.
Thank you once again, Alice.
How much time do you have left?
I believe these should be my final moments. Just enough time to say goodbye to my dearest friend.
This feels like having to say our final goodbyes all over again. I don't like it. Not one bit.
I don't know how to respond to that. Strange. You were always such a cheerful figure in my stories. I even dubbed you the Merry Witch, you know.
Oh, please. You know full well it was your stories that first taught me what true pain and sadness felt like.
Oh.
Aside from saying goodbye to me, shouldn't you also leave a few words for the child? Since the book will be his to continue, why don't you write him a little parting note?
There's no need. His mother already did that long, long ago. All that remains is for me to convey it on her behalf. My child, these may be the last words I get to leave you. I've always thought of the characters in my stories as my children, loving each one of them, just like a mother would. But you are the most extraordinary of them all. You alone can defy the fate of this world and write the perfect ending to my story. You alone shall leave these pages for a future I will not see. Still I say to you, fly, my sweet child. Just like a forest breeze yearns for the open sky, head into the unknown and seek an adventure to call your own. If you meet a dragon bright as 1,000 jewels, dance through the air together. You are not alone, for this world has accepted your place in it. Do not lose heart. You still have many wishes left to fulfill. A long tale awaits you, my love. Let songs and flowers be the ink that fills its pages. Take my pen and use it to continue your story.
And so they flew together, Durin and Dvalin, over the skies of Mondstadt. Who'd have thought such words could ever have described a happy ending, huh?
There you go! Your very own copy of the book. We wouldn't want one of the story's key witnesses to leave empty-handed now, would we? Of course, this copy isn't magical in the same way, but rest assured, all the twists and turns are still there.
Long, long ago, an evil dragon descended upon the human world, bringing terrible calamity in its wake. Bravely did the people resist, until at last, the dragon lay slain. Later, a witch with a love for stories came upon the tale of the evil dragon, and for reasons she could not explain, felt a pang of sorrow on its behalf. For she knew, despite its body being born of wicked alchemy, all along, the dragon's soul was that of an innocent child. Though the witch had a love of stories, she was not pleased with how this one ended. No, that won't do, she thought. I'll write you a better ending instead. And so she set off to do just that, borrowing a little magic from her friend. With it, she wove a dragon's egg, resolving to rear a dragon child of her own. Yet long in thought she lingered, wondering what kind of world her little dragon ought to behold upon waking. At last, she made her mind up, adorning the cradle with a wisp of woodland air. Then, she quietly waited for the egg to hatch. The waiting witch did not feel lonely, for she had 3 visitors by her side. Together, they beheld the hatchling's first breath of life. Holding her dragon child close, the witch promised him a life unlike that of the evil dragon. And so, nestled in his mother's warm embrace, did the little dragon's story begin. Even a war that shook the world could not halt the witches' gatherings. Yet even so, with the passing of time, 3 of their teacups no longer came to be set. The witches did not linger long in sorrow, for the story witch had brought glad tidings of her own. Born was her dragon child, safe and sound. Her fellow witches offered up their blessings, eagerly debating how to celebrate the child's birth. In the end, they settled on the sweetest candy they could find. After all, what could be sweeter than the arrival of new life? And so, the witches' gathering turned into a birthday celebration. In the midst of the dragon child's birthday celebration, the seer witch proclaimed her prophecy. The child had been given the evil dragon's name, and with it, the burden of its fate. But hearing this, The Story Witch vowed to rewrite it all, for such was her love and resolve. And so the other witches offered their gifts in turn, marvels as rare as any in the cosmos. Together, they sought to test one of the fundamental laws of this world, in part to support a mother's love, and in part to sate their own curiosity. Oh, and I almost forgot. Our new guests came bearing blessings of their own. Who knows? Perhaps this extra bit of courage might be all the little dragon needs to change his fate. The little dragon grew with each passing day, and the Story Witch, who loved him dearly, built him a big, beautiful castle. Yet in the end, she herself succumbed to time's merciless march, setting forth on a journey to a place beyond even the stars. All of a sudden, the little dragon found himself alone. He tried leaving the castle to make some new friends. But already he had grown the claws and scales of an evil dragon, just as the prophecy had foretold. Afraid he might hurt someone, the gentle little dragon hid within the castle his mother had built, and came forth no more. Fortunately, a brave band of adventurers heard tell of the little dragon's story. Determined to lift his curse, they fought their way through countless trials. To help him, they offered up their blessings and made a wish to the goddess of fate. At last, their wish was granted. Shaking off his scales, the little dragon stepped out of the tower's gloom. But his time in the world beyond the castle would soon teach him this gift would bring blessings and trials of its own. The little dragon became companions with a stray cat with dark blue fur. It was a friendship born of all they had in common. He left his castle at the stray's invitation, setting out to explore the world beyond its walls. There, he grew fond of the outside world, eager to make friends and share the story of his life. Taken by the dragon's story, the stray tried to write it down. But he soon realized that no matter how he tried, it would always warp into the evil dragon's tale. Unable to preserve his story, the little dragon wandered astray. Fortunately for him, a certain prophetess had left behind a prophecy to guide him. The wind took the prophecy and swept it off into the distance, and so the little dragon was shown a path to wander. Following the wind's guidance, the little dragon made his escape. In turn, the prophetess affirmed the little dragon's choice, leaving an extra secret as her parting gift.
Now that you've made up your mind, I shall keep my promise by explaining Fate's little trick. Long, long ago, the gods of the high heavens gave the world outside the castle a magic of its own. They called it storytelling. It was a magic of...
Guide.
Ad Astra Abyssosque. Thank you for completing today's commissions. Ad Astra Abyssosque.
Cleanup sequence in progress. Based on... data from past incident. Please avoid...
Moon Prayer Candy! Beautiful, tasty Moon Prayer Candy! Buy a whole box, share it with your friends and family!
Candy? To share? I wonder what flavors everyone would like.
Welcome home, Moon Goddess. Fancy a box of Moon Prayer candy?
Sure.
I knew you would. Now, what flavor would you like?
I'm not sure. What flavors do you have?
Is this for yourself or as a gift?
A gift for my friends.
Ah, I see. In that case, I'd recommend apple, lockaberry, or midsummerberry. Those are the most popular.
Do you have nocturnal blossom flavor?
Huh. I've seen couples give those as gifts before, but I did not know they were edible.
No? Okay then. Moonfall silver?
You did say this was for friends, right?
Maybe smetana then.
Hey, now that's a creative idea! I've never tried it before, but if you're happy to wait, I can see about whipping up a batch on the spot. While we're at it, you got any other ideas? Here you go. Every flavor you asked for is in there.
Thank you.
I should be the one thanking you! You brought me a whole bunch of new business. It's like a genuine blessing from the Moon Goddess. I hope you and your friends have a lovely night. Assorted Moon Prayer candy! All your favorite flavors in a box! Alright, kids, just line up over here.
A soft and furry creature that bounces and jumps.
Welcome home, Moon Goddess.
This one talks, too.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am a Dodoco from a distant archipelago, the most mischievous of all my Dodo brothers and Dodo sisters. When the going got tough, I powered through, and when I met obstacles, I boomed them away.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Doesn't it just? Oh, but then the trouble started. Recently, I found a lovely beach, the same beautiful jelly color as my hometown, and so I dove in to have a look. Only to find it overgrown with seagrass and nasty little spiky fish everywhere, looking to turn me into a Dodoco kebab. I made it back to shore by the skin of my teeth, but my tail was sorely hurt.
Couldn't you just boom them away?
Oh, I wanted to, believe me. But I've heard that you, Moon Goddess, can understand animal speech. The last thing I wanted was to cause a gigantic fuss and get taken to court by a school of spiky fish. I'd be driven out of these waters for good, and my winter holiday would be ruined. And so, dear Moon Goddess, I was wondering if you might lend me your allegiance.
Are you roping me into a crime?
Oh, let's call it a once-in-a-lifetime carefree adventure. Does that sound better? All the festival goers tonight are dressed up as the Moon Goddess, but there's nothing to say that the Moon Goddess can't disguise herself as a Dodoco, is there? Besides, this is your home. You should be free to be whoever you wish.
I'm afraid I'm not well acquainted with Dodocos, Madam Mage.
Oh, that's quite all right. We Dodecos are innocent, happy creatures with a free-spirited nature. Many, like myself, are mischievous troublemakers. Others are lazy souls who like nothing better than to lie down on a nice rock and take a nap. In our eyes, every creature who yearns for happiness and freedom is a Dodeco. But perhaps in yours, we Dodeco are a fluffier and more mischievous breed of Kuhenki?
Yes, that is a much easier image to follow.
Oh, wonderful! Then let's play! Grab onto my tail and follow me into the sea! Time to settle some scores with the bad guys! A remarkable talent! So, what do you make of it?
The use of Jumpy Dumpties doesn't come as naturally to me as Kuvaki, but their unpredictability makes it fun. I think they call this novelty.
Indeed! And how did it feel blowing those pesky nuisances away?
Not bad.
Any guilt?
What do you mean?
Oh, wonderful! Lovely answers to all 3 questions. You've passed the safety test. Now I can give this special bomb to you as a souvenir. Remember, if you find any meanies living on the moon, you can use this to boom them into oblivion.
I will.
Up for another round of fish boss? Of bye-bye, bad fishies! Of course! Feel free to come back whenever you like. There's always time for a Dodo venture. Up for another round of fish boss? Of bye-bye, bad fishies! Wonderful! It's Dodo venture time! Up for another round of fish moss? Oh, I mean of bye-bye bad fishies! Oh, bless my fluffy tail! Dodoco has never seen candy shaped quite like this before. Why, it shines like a lovely crystal. Let the feasting begin! Oh, sweet as a tomato bathed in sunlight. Thank you very much. You truly are a friend to the Dodoco. Please share the rest with other people. I am sure everyone will fall in love with the taste of pure joy.
Fun ride, huh? You and Columbina looked pretty sad to leave. This isn't gonna make Paimon dizzy, is it? Oh, candy for us? Thanks a bunch, Columbina. Don't mind if we do. Whoa, this one's intense. But it's so tasty. What about you, Traveler? How does yours taste? Oh, sounds good. Paimon's drooling now. Are there any more Smetana candies in the box?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, gotcha. Let's see. Sure. This one, and yep, this one looks right too. Okay, that's 3. Here we go. 1 per person.
It's so sweet.
I've seen Linny and the other children play this game before. It would seem that it's not a bad way to relax, once in a while. Candy? Would you mind if I took a handful extra? I'm sure the children will enjoy them. I must say, Columbina, you really have changed. You never used to show this much consideration for other people, even when prompted. I'm sure Sandrone would agree when I say, I like the present version of you better.
That was fun. It's a shame Ashru doesn't like playing with water, or I'd have roped him in as well. Oh, a gift. You shouldn't have, Miss Columbina. Very nice indeed. Candy is one of many luxuries that the desert folk could never afford. How I yearned for candy when I could not have it. Yet, now that it is readily available to me, I never seem to crave it. May your moon prayer night be one free from regrets.
I just had a water fight with 2 Fatui Harbingers. Pretty scary, but also surprisingly fun. Aw, man, this feels kinda wrong. Like, shouldn't we be the ones giving you candy rather than the other way around? I guess I'll just take one. What flavor is that? It tastes like getting a mouthful of muddy grass. After being rear-ended by a blunt-horn rhino, then face-planting the ground. I'll never get this taste out of my mouth. It's delicious.
Yes. May everyone's wishes come true. Why, thank you. Don't mind if I do. Oh, my. It's so sweet. I'm so accustomed to plain, simple meals that this sweet treat is quite a shock to the senses. But I savor this moment in its entirety because it tastes like true friendship.
Something about festive lighting always has a way of putting the warmest smiles on people's faces. This is most thoughtful of you, Miss Columbina. Kindness exudes from your heart like benevolent moonlight. Forgive me, but I shall have to enjoy this gift a little later. I hope that the flavor I chose is not the only one of its kind. If others were denied the chance to sample such kindness as you have shown to me, it would be a great pity indeed.
Done being a do-gooder yet?
Thanks for coming here with me, Hat Guy. Are there any games you'd like to play? It's your turn to pick. I'll come with you.
Why does that hamster think you've grown up? You haven't changed at all.
I know you don't mean that. You're just taking the opportunity to make fun of me, aren't you? Even if you won't admit that taking some time to compose yourself is important, I can see that you're doing it in practice. Otherwise, you'd have taken off your hat and flown away by now.
Looks like Albedo's socialization program has been far more useful to you than all those Vahumana textbooks.
A moon prayer candy for me? Thank you. It smells like baked apples and butter. Reminds me of Good Hunter, a restaurant in Mondstadt. I always have to resist the temptation to go there unless I'm ordering food. I understand your homesickness, Miss Columbina. I have a double dose of it. Because both Simulanka and Mondstadt are my home.
Done being a do-gooder yet?
Thanks for coming here with me, Hat Guy. Are there any games you'd like to play?
Why does that hamster think you've grown up?
I know you don't mean that. You're just even if you won't admit to taking some time to compose yourself, otherwise you'd have taken off your hat and flown away.
Looks like Albedo's socialization program has been far more useful to you than all those Vahumana textbooks. I thought you'd actually spend your precious time doing something more worthwhile. Everyone has to take one? Well, fine. I'll take mine.
If all the prizes are gone, I might as well close up shop for the day. But you haven't had your fill of fun yet, right? So the next time a customer shows up, you're going to have to run faster, all right? And remember, run out of the rings, not into them. Oh, a gift for me? Lord Sangama Bay really is going up in the world. Wow, candy from the moon goddess herself. If I back this up... No, what am I saying? Box this up in exquisite gift boxes? Yes, I can make a fortune! Maybe I don't even need to go to all that trouble. Any old boxes will do. I just need to tell my customers that this candy is blessed by the moon goddess. Yeah, that ought to do it. Sounds like a plan. Time to have Irwa earn his keep when I get back. What's there to see on that moon anyway? Let her go up there and cry alone. See if I care. You're giving me candy? That isn't like you. This had better not be some weird prank. Coffee flavor? I thought you hated coffee. It's extra strong too. Huh. You didn't do all this just for me, did you? Hey! Don't take it away! I never said I didn't want it. I mean, you can't unmake the candy now.
Ding dong. The next robot show will start in 5 minutes. We thank you for your patience. Aino is throwing a tantrum again. I believe it will take 3 Crumbcakes to constitute a suitable peace offering. Scanning candy composition and ingredient ratios. Selection confirmed. I would like the Crumbcake flavor. Flavor profile simulates real Crumbcakes with 27% accuracy. This is a non-viable substitute for Aino's afternoon snack. 1 moment, please. Done. Please sample this freshly baked Crumbcake, Miss Columbina. The robot show will now begin. Please welcome to the stage.
I wouldn't say it's unfair, exactly. I mean, your voice goes right into people's heads. How would you explain that to the kids? You can't just explain it away as magic.
Is something the matter?
Ah, Miss Columbina! No, nothing you need to worry yourself about.
Ah, impeccable timing. Stick around for a second, Miss Columbina. I need your input on something. This self-proclaimed Knight of Justice has yet to give me a satisfactory answer. I, for one, would like to hear your verdict on the matter.
Hey, now, I left the flagship just to help you out, Miss Nicole.
What's going on?
So Alice and I are both using long-range remote control spells that work on similar principles, allowing us to attend this festive fair in Dodeco form. Sorry, let me backtrack a little. While similar, there are some key differences. Alice, being a great mage, wanted her Dodeco to reflect something of her own charm and mystique. So she adjusted the way its tail moves when it spins around. An entirely gratuitous move, in my opinion. I hardly see how anyone is going to notice that. If anything, I'd say that anyone who stares intently enough at a Dodeco's tail to notice such a small detail is someone we ought to be highly concerned about. I only say this to emphasize that my question has nothing to do with tails. Now that we're clear on that, why is Alice's Dodeco permitted to interact directly with the children celebrating Moon Prayer Night, while mine is not?
Your voice speaks directly into people's minds.
See? Exactly what I said. Miss Nicole?
Ugh, I can't stand it. I know that probably makes me sound like a whiny child acting out in front of their parents. And it's a little embarrassing now that I think about it. But hey, I said it now, I can't take it back. That would be even more embarrassing. Also, don't go reading too much into that analogy. It was off the top of my head. I'm actually an awful lot older than either of you.
Miss Nicole, are you saying that you'd like someone to play the game you've prepared?
I'm not so invested in that. It's just something cobbled together using items I borrowed from Alice. She probably didn't even make them herself. The point is, I want to know everyone's thoughts after they receive their prizes. But as you've said, I can't just ask. I've been biting my lip for so long, and I've had no one to vent my frustrations on. I thought this was going to be a nice, straightforward festival where I'd get the chance to guide people to treasure.
Well, can I play? I can't guarantee that I'll win a prize, but...
You will?
I'd like to try.
Then what are we waiting for? Let the game begin!
It's like they forgot I was ever here. Ha!
Congratulations, Miss Columbina! With your great wisdom, you have overcome every obstacle in your path and conquered the great challenge posed to you by fate.
Fate?
Well, something to that effect. If you'd prefer something more poetic, it could be the icy winds or the dawn. Anything you like, really. You could even go with the challenge posed to you by Dodoco, if that's what you're into. Anyway, you can take or leave my suggestions. Moving on. All my hopes are now resting on this.
Can I open it now?
Stop teasing me! Please, I'm begging you. No more talk. Just open it.
Wow. What a lovely sculpture. Classic and cute at the same time. Thank you, Miss Nicole. I'll always treasure it.
Ah, there we go. Music to my ears. You have my sincerest gratitude, Miss Columbina. Thank you for sharing your precious time with me and fulfilling my wish.
Don't mention it. You've all done much to help me. And still, I'm the one receiving all these gifts.
The death card made a most enigmatic appearance. The moon for which Miss Columbina is bound, I fear. Fretting is of no avail. I will have a chat with Alice about it sometime. Ah, you're such a polite child, Miss Columbina. But we elders have already partaken of our fair share of stories in this world. Enjoying candy, keeping up with the hip and groovy trends of the day. Oh, these things should be left to youngsters like you. I hope you don't misunderstand me. I do not intend to lecture you or reject your kindness. It is simply that the mere sight of this candy is starting to give me a toothache.
I don't suppose you'd like to play again, by any chance? Don't get me wrong, once is plenty. You're under no obligation to indulge me any further. And besides, I don't have any other prizes for you. Oh, I love the color of this wrapping paper. But the bow on that one is just so perfect. Oh, this is a tough choice. I know the wrapping paper doesn't affect the flavor, but it does set the first impression, which can influence your mood as you eat it. And actually, that does affect the flavor. I have to listen to my heart and pick the one that I can really build a bond with. It's the only way to eat candy. Oh, but look at the shape of this one. How lovely. Ah, this choice is getting harder and harder.
It'd be rude to just leave without saying anything. But at the same time, I don't want to barge into their lively conversation just to announce that I'm leaving. I guess I'll just wait a little longer. Huh? Albedo?
This sketch is for you, Grandmaster.
Oh, a gift for me. Thanks. Let's see what you've done for me.
The North Wind left in the lurch.
Ooh, I get one too? Nice, thanks. What is that? Oh, it's so familiar. Don't tell me. Oh, I got it. It's like the candy jar dropped into a vat of today's boon. Seems I'm a proud recipient of today's Feast of the Moon, huh? Huh? Albedo?
This sketch is for you, Grandmaster.
Oh, A gift for me?
The north wind left in the lurch. Thank you. It seems I've picked lemon. It strikes a good balance between sweet and sour. This has piqued my curiosity. What if we were to add citrus and other spices, then enhance the flavor via caramelization? I wonder what the end product would be like. Perhaps I should take the time to try this out.
Something about festive lighting always has a way of putting the warmest smiles on people's faces.
Traveler. Hey there, Kalamina! Are you done checking out the festive amusements already? Are you sure you don't want to look around some more? You might not get another opportunity like this for a while.
Right now, what I'd like to do is... You're right. I'm not ready for this night to end just yet.
Yeah, that's the spirit! Take your time, Kalamina. The most important thing is to have no regrets. I'll be right here if you need us.
Okay. Thank you. Traveler, Paimon.
Kalamina! Finished with the festival already? Really? You're sure you don't want to have a little more fun out there? Final answer.
Maybe I should think about this more carefully. Traveler, Paimon.
Kalamina! Finished with the festival already? Really? You're sure you don't want to have a little more fun out there? Final answer?
Yes, I am sure. This was the most fun I've ever had on a moon prayer night. Everywhere I went, people were saying, "Welcome home," and there were friends at every turn. I only wish it could last longer than one night.
Oh.
Yes, you're right. The moon prayer blossoms.
Ooh, look! Look!
Moon prayer night has come. The moon. It's so beautiful.
Happy Moon Prayer Night, dear.
Happy Moon Prayer Night!
Happy Moon Prayer Night.
Aww. Huh.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Oh. Looks like the time has come.
Columbina.
You're heading off, then?
Yes, to the ruins you mentioned. And from there, back home to the moon.
Wait! I know? At least...
Take one of our craft shop's crumb cookies up to the moon with you. You know, for a snack.
Sure, why not?
The Curatorium of Secrets believes in proper farewells. No story should be left without a satisfactory endnote.
Never.
Farewells are an important affair for the Ratniki, too. We never know when we might meet again.
Haha! And here I thought grand farewells wouldn't suit tonight's mood. But I suppose friendly passion is not to be stopped, eh?
We made a little something for you, Columbina. Ta-da!
What is it?
A Moon Prayer Night greeting card with drawings by all of your friends.
You did mention that you'd like a portrait done, so I took the liberty of creating one for you.
I, meanwhile, did the portrait of Mr. Albedo, and Mr. Varka did the same for me.
I mean, I think my work was pretty true to life, don't you think?
The picture of Ashru was my doing. The two of you seem to get along rather well.
Wait, was I the only one who did a full-body picture? That's so embarrassing.
I did pictures of me and Anefa.
I did my own portrait and one for Hat Guy.
Plus, there's the two mages, Arlecchino and Sandrone. So, if you ever miss us, just flip the card open and we'll all be right there with you.
I don't know what to say. Thank you so much, everyone. This whole Moon Prayer Night was more than I could have ever asked for. It is the greatest gift I have ever received. Lama, I figured it out.
Figured what out?
Remember how the Frost Moon Scions used to use milk as invisible ink to write hidden messages?
That was a very long time ago. Oh, are you saying?
Yes. When I miss you all, I shall use moonlight in the same way, to write words that only you can see upon the moon itself.
Wow, that sounds lovely.
Quite. But how will we see them?
Simply open your windows on nights when the moon shines bright, and the moonlight will naturally flow towards the words I have written.
That sounds most fitting indeed. Very true to form.
I'll try to write them in places that won't disturb your sleep.
I, for one, would sleep all the better for having read one of your messages before settling down for the night.
Exactly. So don't worry about disturbing anyone's sleep. Just promise you'll write to let us know you're okay, alright?
All right. I promise.
In that case, Columbina.
I'm ready. Very well. Let's go. In just a few moments, I will be gone. I still don't know what to expect on the moon. Will I really be able to send messages to my friends? The Kuhenki, the animals of Not Cry. I'll never get to see them again. I wonder where I'll be when the next moon prayer night comes. This is where the people of Hyperborea used to communicate with the moons.
Eternal moon, frost moon, iridescent moon. When the power of all three converge,
the gate to the moons shall open.
Moon marrow preparations are complete. Only the final step remains.
I'm sure Nasha Town is livelier than ever at this moment.
Yeah, it's a shame you couldn't be there for it, but it's now or never, right?
It's fine. I'm more than happy with this. My last piece of luggage. My only piece of luggage. I can already feel the moon calling to me.
Your home lies on the far side of this light, Columbina.
From now on, we will at last have a reason to pray to the true moon.
Columbina.
Yes? I'm listening.
Be sure to come back and see us when you get the chance.
Of course.
But if that chance doesn't come, then remember that you have friends on this planet. People who will miss Columbina.
Yes, I will. Thank you for everything you've done for me. And remember, come night or day, the moonlight shall always connect us. Well then, farewell, my friends. This was my happiest night in Tevat.
Farewell, Columbina.
The moon really is closer than ever tonight.
Columbina.
All 3 moons in one place. Time for one final experiment. Reason, life, death, time, and space. They all believed I would fail.
How could this happen?
But Tevat's primordial power never did belong to the throne of heaven. And now, they are mine.
Is free to wield the 3 moons' power. It's the only way. I guess I won't be going home today.
Columbina! No!
World, do not try to control me!
Columbina.
Are you all right? Do your wounds still hurt?
I had someone prepare a little medicine that could prove effective. Take it if you need to.
In that case, let me relate the contents of the call we made to Alice after the incident occurred.
That Dottore is a crafty one. He distracted the Hexenzirkel by creating a huge fuss at Tevat's borders. I'd assumed that the cause was an abyssal intrusion from the outside world, which in fairness is a rather common occurrence. But after learning that you managed to influence the phantoms in Nordcry, I realized that perhaps this interference could have come from within Tevat instead.
But we weren't able to change their fates.
True, you couldn't change how their stories ended, but you did build some variables around yourself.
Variables?
Yes. Things you heard that you could not otherwise have learned. Ideas that would otherwise have never crossed your mind. All these things are variables. Of course, most variables usually pale into insignificance with the myriad of possibilities floating around. But the moment you start treating them as building blocks and intentionally stacking them, that changes things. That's what Dottore did, and it's how he created the necessary conditions so that when you activated the portal tonight, it played right into his plan.
However, We have no way of knowing exactly what he did.
Yeah, we also need to ascertain Columbina's status.
And that about sums it up.
As I suspected, Dottore has disappeared completely. If it's any consolation, he wasn't able to control Columbina as he might have wished to.
Oh no! What? She did what? All we saw was Dottore appeared and used some kind of power. The next thing we knew, he and Columbina were gone and you were falling into the sea.
So, Columbina intentionally opened the Moon Gate and escaped into the same mysterious world as Rerir and Thalindis.
Sounds like bad news.
Seen in that way, the Trilunar Syzygy and Rerir's emergence, Dottore might have been pulling the strings in both cases. According to Miss Alice, he is attempting to transcend his destiny and finish an experiment that only a god might complete.
An utter lunatic.
Wait a sec, where's Hat Guy? Seems like he'd want to be here for this.
He took off with the Dodo communication device after we spoke to Alice. He said he had a hunch that he wanted to investigate by himself. The look on his face was terrifying. I've never seen him like that before.
I'm back.
Hat Guy!
I went to look for the Hyperborean phantoms again. I think I've gotten to the bottom of it. I got them to talk to Nicole on the other end of the communications line. Turns out, the history they describe is different from how Nicole remembers it.
Really? But how? Surely Nicole can't have been wrong.
Because the phantoms are the ones who are deceived. They speak of a savior who appeared in their history. One who never should have existed. This savior promised to create a new moon within the false sky, and even bring back their moon goddesses. Foolishly, they believed in him, and told him everything he wanted to know about the moons. It's obvious that this was Dottore's doing.
Now you mention it, the first time we entered the Hyperborean ruins, we heard the phantoms discussing their history, and I remember Nicole commenting that something sounded a little strange.
But Dottore shouldn't have been able to get in there in the first place!
He didn't. Nicole said that this was an anomalous state triggered by disruptions in the causal connections between phantoms from the same era. The variables that Dottore put in place were substantial enough that they even affected phantoms that he never met.
So it's not that their memories were unclear. They'd been tampered with.
That's exactly the possibility Dottore was trying to manufacture. He turned these variables into knowledge and engineered the situation so all that knowledge would fall into his hands. Then, he harnessed that knowledge on Moon Prayer Night to truly create a false moon.
How is that even possible?
To be precise, he exploited a weakness in the way the spell works. The spell senses Kuvaki to detect the moon's location. So, as long as the false moon more strongly resembled a moon than the frost moon beyond the skies, the gate would teleport Columbina to the false moon's location. In other words, to Dottore's side. Once he had her under control, the teleportation spell remained active, and he manipulated her power to seize both moon marrows.
At that moment, the moon marrows disappeared right before our eyes. It was already too late, even as we were leaving the ruins.
By then, Dottore had already amassed the power of all 3 moons.
So,
I'd certainly like to know what Her Majesty thinks, now that the concerns I expressed to her have come to pass. But we cannot simply sit and wait for her to decide the matter. And in any case, it is not the Fatui Harbinger Damselette who sees us as her friends, but rather Columbina Hyposelenia. If, even in such extreme circumstances, Her Majesty will not lift the prohibition on Harbingers drawing steel against one another, then I will do as my heart demands. I will fight as Peruware instead.
Oh, Arlecchino!
Time is short, so I'll make the first move.
Whew. Even Arlecchino seems to be losing her cool now.
All right. Lose those dejected looks for a moment and let me get a word in. It looks bad, I won't lie. Very bad, in fact. So Dotori's pulled some real dirty tricks to gain the upper hand. For now. And yeah, it's to the point where even the mages say that his variables have affected destiny. I'm not so sure, though. Many have told me that Teyvat's destiny is fixed, and that does appear to be the case. Well, what makes Dotori so sure he'll be the exception? And since he was able to stack these variables up, who's to say we can't do the same? You of all people should not be discouraged, traveler from afar. This isn't over yet. And you're not alone in that. Everyone here does, whether they've spoken thus far or not. But none of us are the type to sit back and wait for the sun to shine again. That's exactly how a knight should roll. If they knock you down, you get back up and get back in it. Don't forget, Honorary Knight, you're a legitimate member of Mondstadt too.
Vark is right. This is far from over. Dotori's already way overdue a butt-kicking given his past shenanigans. And after this, he's earned himself a double dose.
That's what I'm talking about! How's everyone else feeling?
I'll use Kuvaki to investigate Columbina's whereabouts. I am not ready to give up either.
Leave the intel gathering to me. Whatever happens within Nodkrai's borders, when the Curatorium of Secrets wants to be in the know, we always find a way.
Aino and I will do all we can to support you. We will attempt to reverse engineer Dotori's actions and seek a breakthrough that way.
Alice and Nicole are busy dealing with an emergency at Teyvat's borders, so they can't return just yet. But they're both very angry about this. They've asked Albedo and me to act on the Hexen Circle's behalf and do everything in our power to fight back against Dotori.
Are you ready then? We're going to have to conduct a lot of research, even in the early stages.
I'll do my best.
As for me, I'm pretty familiar with Dotori's way of doing things, so I can try to predict his next move. I'll help with your investigation.
Nice! Looks like we have our basic division of labor. I'll get in touch with Flints and Itlua, get them to have a chat with their Starshiner. It couldn't hurt to bring the Lightkeepers on board as well. At the same time, I'll pass on instructions to the Knights present in Nodkrai to assist the Lightkeepers and other organizations in ensuring the safety of those living here.
Yeah! We'll show him!
That's it then. Good luck, everyone.
never thought that Columbina would become my real name. It went from being a Fatui code name to something my friends call me. And remember, come night or day, the moonlight shall always connect us.
He who wishes to peer into the abyss needs simply to wander through. Nod cry on a misty night. much of the wild hunt. To be sure.
You